Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Thursday so far and a great work week as we're about to finally get to the end of what has been a very active week weather-wise, especially in the severe weather category. Unfortunately, one thing people are not going to want to hear about is the cold weather for the eastern U.S. There's going to be a cold shot of air that really makes its way into the latter half of this coming weekend. In fact, this weekend is going to be rather chilly for a lot of folks, but really getting into Sunday, Monday, potentially Tuesday, a pretty deep shot of Arctic air really could freeze up the Ohio Valley and areas of the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast and bring some chilly air for areas of the South also. That's what we're going to break down. There's going to be a chance for some winter weather. I'm not talking about a massive winter storm kind of like what we saw about 2 weeks ago, but there is definitely a chance for some snow for certain areas, and then we're watching a sneaky system as we get into early next week. We'll briefly mention what I think is going to be a very impactful system about midway next week for a lot of the country, but we're really not going to dial down on that too much tonight. So if you guys have not subscribed, definitely consider doing that. Like the video if you like it. It goes a long way, and I really appreciate the amazing ongoing support. There's a way to join my channel. I don't mention this a lot because I don't want to nail it down to death to the point where it annoys people, but it's a great way to just help me out monthly. I think I got around 15 incredible members to my channel to really help out financially each month. So I really appreciate people who support me. Even though I can't, give back, I can't give back t-shirts, coffee mugs, or anything, but I do have something special for you guys towards the end of the year, and I really appreciate the ongoing support regardless. So if you guys got anything I can pray about, please put it in the comments below. It gives me an opportunity to pray for you guys, gives others an opportunity to do so too. So let's get going here. A lot to talk about. Right now, this is the satellite loop. What is going on? You got this spin, this upper level low that's just spinning here in the Midwest and areas of the Ohio Valley. You got this cold front that just will not make its way off the eastern seaboard, and it's just brought basically a shield of clouds all the way from the Panhandle, the Big Bend of Florida, Gulf of Mexico, all the way through Georgia, the Carolinas, Virginia, and basically the whole entire I-95 corridor has been shielded in either clouds or rain today. With some pretty active weather this morning, some tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, but the rest of the country, pretty chill, especially out west. Y'all have a tall ridge that's been built and been pretty nice weather, but nighttime is coming. As you can tell, the image starts to dim as it gets a little bit further through as the sun is starting to set on the East Coast. But let's talk about what is going on. So the oranges is ridging, the blue is troughing or low pressure. It's trying to signal some kind of storm. So this is the system that's moving through right now. We're getting into tomorrow. Then another shot of cold air, trough, a piece of energy that moves along with this upper trough, digs down. What it does is it fires up a piece of energy, and then it throws a lot of snow showers, some rain showers for portions of the Ohio Valley, areas of the Mid-Atlantic. I really think it'll kickstart a late season northwest flow for portions of North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, and I think it's going to be kind of a wintry weekend for our last weekend of March for a large portion of the Ohio Valley, the Northeast, and like I said, those mountainous areas of all those states I just mentioned just a second ago. But as this moves through, a shot of cold air with a system attached to it, and then basically another system, a really sharp, strong digging cold front that's really just oriented to the Northeast. It's really going to be, for example, if you're in the Southeast, the coldest air will be to your Northeast. It won't necessarily be to your Northwest as we get into Sunday, as this trough is really digging just over the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic. But it's still going to be rather cold in the Southeast. And I'm about to show you what those temperatures look like here in a second. But as you can tell, tall ridge out to the west in the middle of the country, very cold temperatures compared to average to late March. Not just talking about, the middle part of March. This is getting into late March. This is really when you're starting to, things are starting to bloom, things like that, even into the Mid-Atlantic. So how cold could these temperatures be? Well, I'll start this for around your Sunday morning. Sunday morning, as far as low temperatures, you're in the 30s and 20s in the Ohio Valley, 20s as far south as Tennessee, the Mid-South, 30s and 40s for lows for the Carolinas, Virginia, even into the Deep South. Pretty chilly all the way into the Panhandle of Florida. Now, I know you're thinking, well, this isn't that cold. I've seen a lot worse, but look at this cold air in the single digits in Wisconsin, Minnesota, areas of the northern regions of Michigan. This is the next shot of cold air. So as you're getting into Sunday, your Sunday during the day, unless you're in the deep south, portions of the deep south, where you're in the 60s and 70s, with the cold air, the gradient, this tight gradient that's setting up really isn't affected. But if you're in areas of the Carolinas, points north, I think it'll be a chilly Sunday. compared to, what it maybe was this past weekend. So these are high temperatures. High temperatures may not get above freezing for like Cleveland, Ohio, Dayton, Indiana. I think the whole entire state of Michigan may be below freezing for highs for your Sunday. So when you're chilling out, watching some basketball, some March Madness, it's not going to be one of those chill outside in the garage and watch basketball kind of afternoons here in the areas of the northern part of the country. It's definitely, you're going to want to be enclosed inside your house. It's going to be a chilly weekend. But then as we're getting into Sunday overnight into Monday morning, these are low temperatures, guys. Low temperatures, this isn't too crazy down here. We get cold shots pretty late into March and early April here in the south. But once you get into the Ohio Valley, the Northeast, teens for low temperatures. It's rather cold. Maybe some sneaky single digits, maybe in the higher elevations of West Virginia. But these is pretty cold temperatures, especially in the interior portions of the Northeast and Ohio Valley. This is a pretty nasty shot of cold air. Nothing crazy that, it's nothing comparable to what you see in the middle of winter, but for the last couple of days in March, this is pretty cold. So it's definitely going to shock any kind of blooms that went on in the trees here in Ohio Valley, the Mid-Atlantic. It's not going to kill it or anything like that unless you decided to plant early, which I hope you didn't in the Mid-Atlantic or Ohio Valley. It's way too low early in the year for any of that. But I think areas of the Southeast, the Deep South, are safe. But, as we get into Monday afternoon, I think it rebounds pretty quick. Now, I think it is going to be very cold. In fact, New York City points, to Boston, the southern New England regions, New England in general, the Northeast, maybe even Washington, D.C., Philadelphia. You guys are going to struggle to get above freezing. And in interior areas, you're going to be locked in the 20s and teens for highs potentially Monday. Look at this gradient setting up. There's a jet stream sagging down this way. So there's going to be a chance for a low pressure to actually ride this boundary. I'll talk about that here in a second. But as we get into the GFS, as far as temperatures, as we're moving into this Sunday morning time frame, very cold morning, high temperatures potentially for your Sunday afternoon. Look at this. Pretty massive boundary right here, temperature gradient here for Sunday. You're in the you're stuck in the 40s and 50s in Tennessee and northern Alabama, northern Georgia. But if you go into southern areas of those states, then you're in the 70s. But then look up here, look in the interior Northeast. You're well below freezing for highs, very cold across the Ohio Valley, 40s and 30s for highs. This isn't anything too crazy, but it's something we have to watch. Now, another thing we have to watch as this piece of energy is digging southeast. It's like a clipper piece of energy. With this first trough dig, this first cold front, watch this as we're getting into tomorrow afternoon. A lot of moisture breaks out of the Ohio Valley. This will be mainly in the form of rain, some wet snow mixed in. But as the cold air really comes in, I really think you'll start to see, as you're getting into your Friday evening, some snow in the higher elevations as far south as the southern Appalachian Mountains, like North Carolina, Tennessee. And then look in the higher elevations of West Virginia, this rain turns to some snow showers. And then even these rain showers and starts to turn into almost convective in nature snow showers. So it might be just almost in the way of snow squalls as you're getting into late Friday, tomorrow night. And then it continues as you get into overnight. Look at these little snow squalls right here. I'm not talking about, it might not necessarily be blinding snow, but it's going to be kind of squally weather where you're going to have periodic snow showers, snow flurries, I think throughout the overnight hours into tomorrow. And I think it'll last through Saturday morning. And look at this. This is for around mid-morning, Saturday morning. Look at all these snow showers in Kentucky, northern Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, even Illinois, western Pennsylvania. There's some potential for some heavier snow in the higher elevations and just interior New York State. We'll keep this going here. And really here, you've got a pretty substantial area of moisture. As you're getting into Saturday afternoon, it starts to work its way through Ohio, West Virginia, and then look at Virginia down here. You got some convective showers that might fall in the way of snow. Maybe even outside the mountains. We have to see how this works. This is the latest long-range HRRR model, so we have to really see how this kind of transpires and what actually is going to happen. Another thing we can look at is the NAM. What happens with the NAM? The NAM is very similar. We get this going in time. We're getting into Friday afternoon, Friday evening. Look at all these showers breaking out. A little bit of snow in the higher elevations of West Virginia. Then as the cold air really starts to move in these rain showers turn to snow showers, and some of them can be heavy. Look at Indianapolis. This is for around 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so around 6 a.m. You're waking up Saturday morning in Indiana. Maybe some snow flying around for your last few days of March. It's not super rare necessarily, but it could be impressive because some of these snow showers could be quite heavy as you're getting into your Saturday morning. We keep this going into Saturday afternoon, and look at these convective in nature snow showers and rain showers. Really kind of moving through West Virginia, areas of the mountainous regions of Virginia, and then look at all the snow up here near Erie, Pennsylvania, Cleveland. It's cold enough at this point for all this to be snow. So we have to see what's going to happen here. I'm going to be interested to see what these short range models want to do with this. But I'm stopping this right here. This is around Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Look at all the snow flying around for Pittsburgh, Erie, everywhere in between, eastern areas of Ohio, Buffalo. There's snow flying around. So it's snowing in the higher elevations as a little bit of a northwest flow kicks up here in the southern Appalachian Mountains. So it's going to be a wintry weekend. Maybe winter's last hurrah. I said that a couple weeks ago, but this is, of course, not a huge event. But if you're looking at the NAM 3KM, it shows the idea that you could have some quick accumulation. Now, I think it'll melt pretty quick, but you could have some quick accumulation. You can see how streaky the accumulation swaths are, which tells us that this is going to be kind of squally in nature. It's going to be very brief. It could be sunny outside, and then all of a sudden you see a big cloud rolling towards you, and then it's just heavy snow for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then it's over. So it's just something we need to watch. But there's certain areas that are showing higher snowfall amounts, like up here near Erie, far western portions of New York State, the higher elevations of West Virginia. So it's just something we need to watch. We get a little bit closer to the mountains of the southern Appalachian Mountains here, and it shows the idea of them higher elevations, seeing a little bit of snow, several inches of snow, probably once you get above 3 to 4, 5,000 feet. Now, let me rephrase that. Maybe not several inches, but a couple inches of snow is definitely possible. So just something we need to watch. Going forward here, we're really watching after this system. So you look at this system right here that brings all them snow showers and rain showers, right? There's going to be another system as this fleeting air mass is beginning to kind of pull away as we're getting into Tuesday. A little bit of moisture tries to link up before it heads out. So there's going to be a lot of cold air right into here. So there might be a little bit of overrunning. This looks really odd. There's like a streak of moisture from Minnesota all the way into northeast North Carolina. So it doesn't look realistic. Could it happen? Sure. But it shows you the idea where there's enough cold air in this region right here for some of this to fall in the form of maybe some sleet or snow. Is this going to be a big system? I doubt it. But it's something to watch because the models have consistently been showing it over the last few runs, like I'm showing you right now. This is all the way into the present run. It's been showing this moisture a lot. Sorry I keep touching my nose, guys. It is itching like crazy. I'm not trying to pick my nose while I'm talking to you guys in my video or anything like that. My nose is just itching very bad. Maybe the allergies are starting to kick in. But going forward here, I think whatever this system is, it's very quick. And quickly a warmer air mass settles in after it's done. And then this is the big system we need to watch. But as far as the European model with that system I just mentioned, not a whole lot going on. Just some light snow, maybe some sleet, freezing rain. But we'll see how that happens really going forward here. But a brief look at this system for midway next week. This looks like an impactful system with snow on the backside, potential for severe weather to the south. Just a classic looking calm ahead of a potent storm system that could really move across areas of the middle of the country. So we need to watch this system. Not sure what's going to happen. I don't want to talk it to death, but I really think this will be the next significant thing to talk about. That's all I got, guys. I'll talk to you all in the morning about the Friday forecast. God bless everybody. Have a great evening.